Hi, guys, and welcome back. And we're going to discuss the core in a bit more depth today. So, I want to know if you were able to continue or to actually do and participate in the game that I suggested in the previous one. If you forgot, I want you to choose a word or something that happens quite often in your surrounding. And every time that word is said or that action appears or is done, I want you to contract your pelvic floor muscles. In other words, I want you to take a sip with that milkshake muscle. So, for the duration of this video, every time I say I want you to do a contraction or five contractions, actually, a set of five. Then there it happened again. Then we're going to get stronger and hopefully we're going to get rid of habits that's not serving us, like saying the word repeatedly. Right, now let's dive into it. We discussed the core about the pelvic floor, which is the deep muscles, and then we talked a little bit about the outer muscles. Now, I want to take two steps back, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why. We're going to take two steps back and just go back to how the core is structured. Now, I want you to think about the core as if it's a little box, this long box, right? So, at the top and the bottom of this box, you have your diaphragm. For the Afrikaans people, diaphragma. You have your diaphragm, and at the bottom, you've got your pelvic floor. And then on the sides of this box, we've got the big muscles like your abdominals at the front. Those are the ones making the nice little blocks. You've got your back muscles at the back, and you've got your obliques on the side. There's a whole bunch of muscles. So I want you to think about this as if it's a little box. Now, did you know that you have 29 muscles? People, 29 muscles dedicated to stabilizing your spine in this box, because that's what's in the box. That's your spine. And this is not big movements like reaching or bending down. This is just stabilizing, keeping it like this. So how amazing is that? Our modern engineering cannot make machines like this. We cannot design systems like this on our own. This is in itself, it is amazing, just for supporting and stabilizing your spine, just to make sure that you can actually walk upright or be upright, that you can use your body just for keeping the spine safe within this little box. Right now, then we can divide those muscles. Like I said, we've got the top and the bottom. We've got our diaphragm and our pelvic floor, which are also the deep muscles, considered part of the deep muscles. We can divide them into stabilizers and global movers. Our stabilizers, those are the deep muscles, the diaphragm. It also includes the psoas muscle and some of the deep hip rotators. And then the global movers are the bigger muscles. If we think in the box analogy, it's the muscles on the outside. It's your obliques, it's your abs, the ones we talked about before. Now, you need a coordinated contraction between the stabilizers and the global movers to support your spine. So not just is there 29 muscles completely focused on keeping your spine in a stable and safe position. There's a lot of coordination going on here as well. So there's a lot of movements and intricate things happening every second just when you're sitting down. The moment you're standing up, so much more. The moment any movement is added, there's so much more going on. Right. So let me just remind myself what I was going to say next. Oh, yes. Now, we talked about the stabilizers and the global movers. Now, I want to take another step back and I want to give you a bit of a physiology lesson. I hope you contracted there. Right, so a little bit of a physiology lesson. We get different types of muscle fibers. So, yes, even though something is a muscle, all muscles are not the same. It's not made up of the same type of muscle cells or muscle fibers. We get slow twitch fibers and we get fast twitch fibers. And they are distributed through the body to the parts that need that specific parts or that specific type of fiber. So our stabilizers, they have slow twitch muscles. What that effectively means is these muscles have endurance. They can keep going the whole day, but they're not fast movers. Then we have around them, we have our global movers, which are made up out of fast twitch fibers. So these are our moving muscles. These are the muscles with the most torque, the most power, and they are around these stabilizers. So they can react fast and the stabilizers won't let go. So you've got this complete coordinated synergy happening in your core. That's the way it's supposed to be. So we're supposed to use this whole box in a coordinated, synergistic manner for us to really have proper posture, to get all of the benefits of having a strong core, which is the way we're actually designed to be. So what I want you to do, this is now we're going to get to the practical part. And you'll see how this ties in with the previous two videos. I want you to start combining these movements. So focusing on the deep muscles, the stabilizers like the pelvic floor, and the movers at the same time. So we had a little bit of practice with this already, where we focused on the milkshake muscle. That's the deep one. Now I want to add a little bit to that. When we're thinking about the box analogy, we've got the diaphragm at the top and we've got the pelvic floor at the bottom. So these two are dance partners. What the one does, the other one mimics. So when I breathe in, my diaphragm goes down, which means my pelvic floor goes down. When I breathe out, the diaphragm contracts up, which means pelvic floor should contract as well, go up as well. So these two work together like that. Now, if you've got a weak pelvic floor, it's not really able to do that properly. So that is why there's a lot of impact on your core, actually, in terms of stabilizations, if these two aren't working together. So how I want you to focus is we're going to do belly breathing. It's a term you might have heard a lot. Effectively, what it is, it's breathing like a baby. I don't know if you've seen the way babies breathe before, but it is this, I don't know, there's no control or keeping it together. It's just unashamed. They breathe and the whole tummy goes up and down and up and down. And it's not labored. It is the way they come out is just these bellies going up and down. That's the way we're supposed to breathe. So every time we're going to breathe in, and when you breathe out, I want you to contract your pelvic floor. So every time you exhale, focus on contracting the pelvic floor. Now, during our day-to-day, it is a little hard to focus on that. So we're going to take the exercise we did in the previous session. We're going to do a wall plank. So again, we're going to get into the plank position against the wall, move your feet back, take all of the weight on your arms against the wall until you feel your tummy muscles contract. Right, we're going to go into that position. Or if you feel strong enough, and you are strong enough, you are welcome to do just a regular floor plank. Now, I want you to combine this with this breathing technique. Every time you exhale, I want you to focus on contracting that milkshake muscle. Drink that milkshake while you're doing your plank. So if someone bothers you while you're planking and they ask you, what are you doing in the middle of the day? You can tell them you're drinking milkshake. And you're going to see it makes a very, very big difference. By combining these two, by working together, you're going to feel you're going to be a lot stronger. You're going to be a lot more stable. It's going to improve posture. There's a whole lot of things that's going to happen. So I first just want you to get the feel for combining the stabilizer muscles together with the mover muscles. Right, so I hope that goes well for you. And just to end the video off, I'm going to do it a couple of times. I'm going to say, and I hope you're doing your contractions with that. And then I'm going to say goodbye for now. And I want you to remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made.